For today's video, I prepared something completely different from what you're used to seeing on my channel. I'm enjoying a couple of weeks off, and so I figured I'd work on something other than illustrations or edits for the next manuscript. So today I've gathered supplies for a good old block print, and it's a simple design that I made just to have fun with it, and I'm using a composite material to carve. So it's not exactly the linoleum that I should be using. This feels a little bit more rubbery, but it works like a charm. If you're new to the channel, welcome on board, and if you've been around for longer, welcome back. If you end up enjoying this video, I would very much appreciate a little thumbs up, or if you'd like to see more, a sub to the channel, of course. I also recommend you having a look at my Patreon, to which you can find the link in the video description below. No spoilers, but there is a lot of art merch waiting for you. In any case, welcome back to another butcher shop. So yeah, like I said before, I am enjoying a couple of weeks off because I have had a very, very busy first half of the year with conventions, the book launch, signing sessions, presentations, and the whole shebang, which has led to the fact that I'm now pretty exhausted. I am going to Denmark for a couple of weeks by the end of this month, and I'm really looking forward to that. I am bringing my water paint kit. I am bringing all kinds of like survival mode creativity that I can just bring along in my backpack and just do when I'm there. So definitely these block prints are not one of them, because I need a lot of tools and it makes a lot of mess. But the thing is, the reason why I actually picked it up is because I still wanted to be creative, even though this is my off time. So I wanted to work on something that I don't usually really work on. So this doesn't feel like my job, if that makes sense. So yeah, this is not my job. I'm still being creative. And you know what? It's fun to explore new things. So these block prints are something that I've never really gotten into. I remember when I was still at the art academy that we've done it a couple of times. The carving tool that I'm using here is actually, oh boy, older than I'm willing to admit. I mean, that was 14 or 15 years ago now. God dang, I'm getting old. Also, this video just got flagged for bad language, but we'll see. In any case, so it's been a long time since I've done basically anything with this. And so I figured it was a fun little thing to do in between. So not working on an illustration, not working on edits for a book, even though they are like breathing down my neck while I'm recording this. But it's, you know, it's good to sometimes just step out of your routine business and do something completely different. So for today's video, I prepared a little sketch, nothing too complicated, pretty simple. I've used a lot of reference materials for this, and I transferred that to this, I'm just going to call it a rubber block, like a piece of rubber or linoleum. I said earlier it's like a composite material, so it's not 100% linoleum, and it feels very rubbery, so call it whatever you want. It is just, it is the thing. It is the stamp. It actually works great. I think it's because of the flexibility of the thing. Like, linoleum is pretty rigid, even though it's soft. But this stuff really is very malleable, so it's very nice to feel it sort of glide under the carving tool. So as you can see, the carving is just, it's very smooth, which is nice. But yeah, it's a fun little thing to do, and this design, it's not that complicated, it's not very complex. But you know what? I actually kind of like it. It's this sort of style that brings you back to your roots. You know, this sort of almost like the Celtic vibes. And I remember a time where I was very much into Celtic mythology and into witchcraft and, you know, all the essences of nature basically. And it's just fun because, you know, when you're working on projects like this, it also kind of enables you to go back to those roots. Like, while you're carving away, you're also sort of contemplating life. It's really not that deep. But I don't know, there's something very peaceful in just carving away the stuff that you don't need. And it's actually kind of funny because I posted the final result of this image on Facebook and Insta earlier, and I commented something like, it's very relaxing to carve away the bits that you don't need, and it almost feels like life itself. It's a good metaphor. and you will laugh by the end of this video, because if you look at the final results, there are there are still a lot of leftover pieces that could or maybe should have been out of this picture. So, you know, if carving away stuff you don't need is a metaphor for life, I guess my life is still pretty messy. So, I mean, it is what it is. Was it fun? Yes. Did I explore something new? I also did. And I think that's the greatest thing of all, is just try something new, fail at it, get better at it, and then, I don't know, maybe in 6 months' time, you'll find a lot more videos of me working on block prints. So, who knows? We'll see where this goes. I do know that I'm enjoying it a lot. Something I realized, like, maybe even a couple of minutes ago when I was recording audio for this video, is that usually my videos are played back at like anywhere between 3,000 and 10,000% speed. And I realized that this current video is actually not really sped up all that much. I think the total carving process took me like 1 or 1.5 hours, which is crazy fast. And it makes me think that I should really move into this a little bit more, because I can create art and still have some time left in my day after finishing it, which would be great actually. I mean, usually it takes me like anywhere between 20 and 30 hours to complete a full illustration, like a complete illustration from sketch to finish. It's kind of refreshing to have the entire process done in 1.5 hours. Okay, I'm lying. I took about no, that's not true. Let me rephrase that. It took me about half an hour or 40 minutes to sort of jumble together the sketch, and then 1.5 hours to carve it out. So, okay, a bit more over 2 hours, but still 2 hours compared to 20 or 30 hours. I'll take the win. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a quick process, and I am pretty sure that has everything to do with the fact that, you know, this is not that crazy detailed. I don't really switch blades all that much. Like, I have this one size carving tool for the quote-unquote details, and then just a giant knife to carve out everything else. So that's the red tool you see me using. And I'm pretty sure that, you know, if I would work on a piece that has a lot more details and I would have to switch knives, it would take me a lot longer. I'm 100%, 1000% sure that there are a lot of linoleum artists or block print artists out there that spend days, if not weeks, on one particular piece. So, I mean, I guess this just goes to show that I am very new at this and that I am very much an amateur. I am not a professional in any of this. Also, if you're looking at this video hoping to get comments from a pro, maybe skip to another video, because really, like I said, I'm doing this for the first time in at least 14 years. So for me, it's just a rediscovery of what this is. And rediscovering the motor skills you need, like the sensitivity of how much pressure you have to put in the blade so that it doesn't sort of slip off the block and into your finger. which happens quite often. I remember having a lot of classmates who would end up with the carving tool in their hand instead of in the carving block. So it's all just rediscovering how this works. So yeah, I'm definitely not a pro at this. You know what? I'm not even sure if this is something that I would want to do, like in a long term. What I do know is that I got stupidly inspired to do this by a good friend of mine. Her name is Robin Roosendaal. She has her own YouTube channel, which is actually a great channel in terms of videos about writing and art in general. And she works with these like classic etches and lithography, and we shared a convention space together 2 weeks ago, and I just looked at her work, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, and it made me think of this particular technique. So the block printing, I was like, it's pretty similar to what she does, but it's different enough to just shamelessly go ahead and try it out for myself. So I kind of blame her in a very positive way for inspiring me to actually, start looking into these classic and very nostalgic printing techniques, which is, kind of cool, actually. Considering that this is, again, a new technique that I am showing you on my YouTube channel, I'm actually kind of curious how you folks have all been enjoying that, or if you've even enjoyed it at all. Because like 1 or 2 years ago, my channel was mostly, and like 99%, black and white digital sketching. And then slowly the channel got a little bit more full color artwork. First in these really weird sort of slideshows in which I put images of certain stages of the process just over each other as if I made them in PowerPoint, because I did not know how to make time-lapse videos back then. But I mean, at this point, we're looking at 3 years of process, and I have gone from these black and white sketches to full digital paintings, to showing you work on actual commissions, and then I added the gouache paintings, and now I'm added block prints. So there is quite a variety of different art styles actually visible on my channel right now. So please do let me know in the comments if you enjoy this variety and if there is one particular thing that you'd like to see more of. So if you'd like to see more digital art, or maybe even if you want me to go back to these black and white sketches, I would love to know your thoughts. So yeah, let's hear some of you in the comments down below. I'm really looking forward to what you guys all have to say about this. At the same time, I'm always working on my next piece. So with this little creative thing out of the way, it kind of sounds negative, but you know what I mean. There is space again for the next project. It could be a next gouache painting. I remember a couple of weeks ago I actually did a charity project for the Serious Request charity event that we have in the Netherlands at like around the end of the year. So I don't know, maybe I'm considering making another piece for the charity, or maybe just make something for myself, or of course if you guys have any ideas or any requests on what you would like to see me create, then please, I very much invite you to drop a comment down below and let me know what you'd like to see me create. So yeah, again, this is your opportunity, this is the chance to let me know your thoughts. But as it's pretty much the standard at this point, I've been talking away at you for quite a few minutes by now. So I want to go ahead and thank you all so much for watching the video, for being part of my art journey and for sharing in the fun. So thank you, thank you. If you've enjoyed this video and if you like to watch, you know, a full art process as an art grow, and if you want to hear me babble on a little bit more about, you know, my reflections, my journey as an artist all by itself, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, because it would really help feed the algorithms. It would be the small sacrifice to the algorithm gods, you know, to maybe show this video to a little bit more people out there. Yeah. More talking, more babbling. It's time for me to start being quiet. Thank you all very much for watching, and I really do hope to see you in the next one.